Welcome to this step-by-step guide on how to build your own PC. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced builder, we'll walk you through everything you need to know. Before we begin, make sure you have all the necessary components: CPU, GPU, motherboard, RAM, storage, power supply unit, PC case, cooling system, monitor, keyboard, and mouse. You'll also need a screwdriver and an anti-static wrist strap to prevent damage from static electricity. Find a clean, static-free workspace. Avoid working on carpets and touch a metal surface before handling components to discharge any static electricity. Open the CPU socket on the motherboard. Align the CPU with the socket, matching the triangle markers. Gently place the CPU into the socket, do not force it. Secure the CPU by lowering the retention arm. The CPU should sit perfectly in place without applying pressure. Now, let's install the cooler. Apply a small amount of thermal paste to the CPU if the cooler doesn't have pre-applied paste. Attach the CPU cooler according to the manufacturer's instructions. Secure it in place and connect the cooler's power cable to the CPU fan header on the motherboard. Cooling is essential for system performance, so ensure your cooler is properly installed. Identify the correct RAM slots on the motherboard. Unlock the RAM slot clips. Align the RAM sticks with the slots and firmly press down until they click into place. Make sure the RAM is fully seated to avoid boot issues. For M2 SSD, insert the M2 SSD into the slot at an angle. Secure it with the mounting screw. For SATA SSD HDD, mount the drive into the case's drive bay. Connect the SATA power and data cables to the motherboard and power supply unit. Fast storage improves system performance, so choose SSDs whenever possible. Place the I/O shield in the case. Align the motherboard with the standoff screws. Secure the motherboard with screws. Ensure all screws are tightened properly but don't over-tighten. Locate the PCIe X16 slot. Remove the corresponding case slot covers. Insert the GPU into the slot and secure it with screws. Connect the power cables from the power supply unit if needed. Your GPU is now installed. Let's move on to the power supply. Place the power supply unit in its designated case position. Secure it with screws. Connect the power cables to the motherboard, CPU, GPU, and storage devices. Make sure the power supply unit cables are properly connected to provide power to all components. Route cables through the case's cable management channels. Use zip ties or Velcro straps to keep them tidy. Good cable management improves airflow and aesthetics. Connect the monitor, keyboard, and mouse. Plug in the power cable and turn on the PC. Enter BIOS by pressing Delete or F2 during boot. Check that all components are detected. Set boot priority for the operating system installation. If everything is detected, congratulations, you've successfully built your PC. Insert a USB drive with the OS installer such as Windows or Linux. Follow the on-screen instructions to install the OS. Once the OS is installed, install necessary drivers and updates for optimal performance. Test system stability with benchmarking software. Install necessary software and enjoy your new PC. You've now built your very own computer. Enjoy the performance and customization of your new machine.